Thank you for tuning in to MacroView Television, and welcome to a brand new edition of the Taiwan Outlook. I'm your host, Wu Ruiguo. Have you ever studied abroad when you were in college? I did when I went to University of Oxford for one summer. In fact, it was a very happy and very memorable experience out of the 4 years that I spent in college. On today's program, we're delighted to have two participants who recently attended a summer study abroad program organized by the Overseas Compatriots Affairs Commission of the Taiwan government. I want to welcome them first to the program. First, to my immediate left is Miss Rosanna Chen from the Furen University. Rosanna, welcome to the program.
Thank you. It's my honor to be here.
And next to Rosanna is Mr. Richard Lee from the National Taiwan University. Richard, welcome to the program.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. As I mentioned at the very beginning, Rosanna and also Richard, that the both of you just finished attending a summer program organized by the government's Overseas Compatriots Affairs Commission. Can you tell us first a little bit about the program? Was it targeted for college students like yourselves? And how long was the program?
Actually, it was a program hosted by our government and encouraging us to go abroad to choose topics in international affairs.
Okay.
So it's up to us to choose the school and the courses there.
Okay. And when did the program come to your attention? Was it, it was just in the summertime this year in 2009, but you started applying, or did the OCAC pick you out of the many college students in Taiwan?
I saw the ad on the internet, and
okay.
Actually, the requirement was that you have to be graduate school student to apply for this program. But I was just in my last year in college.
You were a senior in college.
Yes, in my senior year.
Okay.
But I was applying for my graduate school then, so I thought I can give it a try.
Okay. And Richard, can you share with us your experience?
Oh, actually, I was in the middle of a very exhausting papers at that time when I saw the advertisements about this program.
Good.
So, but I think it's gonna be a very, very important experience for us. So I decided to just try and apply.
Okay.
I'm really glad to get the opportunity to go abroad.
Okay.
And then I took the course in Harvard, which is called Capitalism and Democracy in Central and Eastern Europe. And this is a really inspiring program. I like it a lot.
Yes. And Rosanna, you went to the summer program, of course, at my alma mater, UC Berkeley. And can you share with us about that program itself?
I took the course. The name is Global Politics, Mass Media and Global Politics.
Good.
At first, I was very surprised how it can combine the two subjects together. And then I found out actually mass media is related to everything in our life, and especially politics. I learned how the mass media can shape our opinions and shape people's values.
Okay.
So I became more aware of it.
Okay, and there was also another course that you took.
Yeah,
this is the only course you took, or was there another one called the Travel, Literature, and Politics?
Yeah, actually that
was part of it?
Another separated
another course
one.
You did. Okay. And how was that, experience, like?
Compared to the last one I mentioned, it was actually a smaller class.
Okay.
So we can discuss in classes and share our opinions, and we discuss notions like national identity. When one travels to a foreign country, usually he or she will reflect on his own country, and that's interesting to me.
The two of you attended two of the best universities in the U.S. People often say that Berkeley is the Harvard of the West, and vice versa, saying that Harvard is Berkeley of the East. But the fact of the matter remains is when you are participating in such a program, I don't believe the government is just asking you to attend your classes, but want you to get a total overall experience of being a student in the U.S. How did that total experience? I mean, these are two very finest universities in the U.S. How did the experience in totality, different from what you expected, and also different from your experience in Taiwan as a college student? We want to start with you, Rosanna.
Okay. I think the atmosphere is very open and vivid, colorful.
Of course. Always colorful at Berkeley.
Yeah, of course. And teachers encourage you to share your opinions no matter how efficient your English ability is.
Yes.
And so I felt very encouraged by that
Okay.
kind of atmosphere. And
Okay.
students there also attended many different activities, especially they have a organization called International House.
Of course.
They hold a lot of activities like dancing parties or just some kind of seminars. That's really enriching.
So there were a number of students from different countries as well, not just the U.S.
Yeah, a lot
Okay.
of countries actually.
Okay, good. And how about you, Richard?
Actually, many people just think that the East Coast usually gets more conservative or something, but actually I don't think so. My time spent in Harvard and Boston, I really love the city because of its openness, and you can see those people are really show their appreciation to many kinds of different way of thinking, as well as many kinds of different arts. You can see many artists on the street and playing their music, and
Of course.
people are
Harvard Square.
willing, Harvard Square, and people are willing to support them. And this kind of openness should really just give me a lot of encouragement, because you can just do whatever you want to achieve your goals. That's really good atmosphere.
And as far as the class setting is concerned, did you think that something that you expected before you got there, or was it something in terms of how the lectures are conducted? Was it different than what you originally anticipated? Richard?
Oh, okay.
Did you
actually,
think that class participation, for example, that is very important? And
Yeah.
a lot of students here in Taiwan, they don't really ask a lot of questions, when they attend classes. But that's very different in the U.S. Did you find that to be one aspect?
Sure. The atmosphere is very, very different, because all the students were encouraged to speak up in a class. But also, I noticed one thing is very unique, that's different from Taiwan, is that students because they were encouraged to speak up very quickly, so everybody is trying to speak up as soon as possible. So some of them didn't spend much time on organizing their ideas. So
Okay.
Sometimes I think, Taiwanese or East Asia students are more good at organizing their ideas, although they are a little bit shy or
But your professor
preserved.
wanted you to be spontaneous, to say what's on your mind.
Yeah, right. So that's a little bit challenge for me at first, and later on I tried to just catch up with it, and I think I did it. Yeah.
Okay. And how about you, Rosanna? Berkeley is the birthplace of the free speech movement back in the 1960s. Did you get the opportunity of looking into the history of the campus while you were there?
Actually, I felt it in
You
the
did?
class.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remembered a lot that a black girl called Vanessa, we were having a conversation outside class, and because I was not that confident in my speaking ability compared with her as a
You're doing
native
fine.
speaker. So I was stuttering, and she just said, speak out. No matter what you are thinking, you just speak out, or other people won't understand you. So
Exactly.
I think sometimes Asian students, it's not the question of what they are thinking or whether they have the thoughts to share. It's about whether they have the courage to raise their hands.
Okay. And before you went on the program, was this his first time for the both of you to be away from home on an extended period? Did you ever attend other programs? The program is 6 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you were away from Taiwan altogether for about 2 months?
Yeah.
Okay. Were your parents worried?
Actually, they were not that worried because I have been to the United States for twice before.
Okay, but that was much shorter. This time was 2 months.
Yeah, they
They have a lot of faith in you. Yeah, you can manage your own affairs. How about you, Richard?
Well, Skype is a good thing.
Okay.
We use Skype to communicate with each other
Okay.
very often. So I think they didn't really worry about me, but just care about what am I doing in the United States.
Okay,
yeah.
Both of you were in the U.S. for about 2 months. So other than the 6 weeks you spent in classroom, what did you do the remaining 2? Did you travel any place, or was the program maybe at the end have all of you gathered together at one location? Did that happen?
Yeah.
Go
Actually,
ahead.
they organized a 3-day trip in
Okay.
Washington, D.C.
At the end of the program, or before
Yeah.
the end of the program? Yes.
The end of the program.
Yeah. Okay. So all of you converged in Washington D.C. and
Yeah.
you spent 3 days there touring the famous sites in the D.C. area. Okay. How was that experience of meeting others? Altogether, how many were you in the program?
10.
10. Just 10 of you.
Just
okay.
10 of us.
Okay. And then they're all from universities here in Taiwan, but they attended different universities. Were there others at Berkeley or Harvard, or just the 2 of you?
There are 4 of
Okay.
us in Berkeley.
Berkeley. And you?
There are 3 of us in Harvard and another 2 guys also in Boston, but they attend BU.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
So there are 5 in Boston.
All right, we're going to take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back to the Taiwan Outlook. And we'll continue our conversation with Ms. Rosanna Chen and Mr. Richard Lee about their experiences this summer in the U.S. We'll be back.